why is deer hunting important? And also in the speech, I'll probably go into a little bit about pig hunting too, just because from southern Arkansas where I'm at, pig hunting, deer hunting are both, two things that go hand in hand. But yeah, today we'll be talking about why is deer hunting important, and what does it do for conservation of animals and wildlife to benefit them, so they can be stronger as a pack, even though we are taking a select few out of these herds. So that's what my speech is. And hunting does have a lot of beneficial things, all the things through conservation. But also in my speech I'll talk a little bit just about the memories you can make with family, because even though hunting is very important to conservation, you can't miss out on the memories and the moments you have hunting. It's just something you don't miss out on. The goal of deer conservation is to ensure the well-being of deer and their habitat while containing deer levels capable of where they live. But what that means is in southern Arkansas, I can shoot 2 buck and 4 doe. Or I can shoot 6 doe, which I don't do. I usually just wait for a buck. But that's just me. I will shoot a doe every year to get one out. We usually have to shoot big ones. But what that means is it keeps deer levels down, so there's not a bunch of food shortages and stuff for deer. Because people think, coyotes, bobcats, what else we got down there? Bear. They think those will, they think those will help with the, keep the numbers down, but they won't. They will not go for, full-size deer. They just don't do it. They'll go for a baby if it's by itself, but usually we don't see bears, bobcats, any sort of predator go for a adult deer with a fawn or just an adult deer by itself, just because it's hard to take down unless there's a group of them, which they usually is not, because hunters, we like to shoot them when we see them because they mess up our turkey populations too. So that's just a personal thing. But yeah, well, these animals, yeah, they will go after baby deer, as I said. They don't go after adults. The anti-hunter claim, which is very false. I probably shouldn't say that for this speech, but yeah, they claim wild animals will do their job in nature. Well, for nature to do their job, wild animals really won't kill deer in the south. We don't have wolves. Up north you got wolves that travel in a pack and go kill 1 deer a day. Down here we don't have that. We have hunters, us. So that's what's got to take care of it. And what they're saying by nature will take care of it, they're saying deer will eat all the food and starve, which isn't real good for the deer. It's not. It's just not good for the deer. I don't want to starve to death. You don't want to starve to death. Deer don't want to starve to death. When a hunter kills a deer, the shot's usually quick. Deer usually don't feel it, and they're dead. If they do feel it, it's for 2 seconds, not 3 weeks of starving to death. They get CWD, which is mad cow disease for deer. What are you going to do then, Peter, when the deer suffers for 3 months because it can barely eat and it eats just enough to keep itself alive for a while? 3 months is the max, I'm saying. Obviously, they can die sooner, but it happens. So hunters also helped out. Like in Arkansas right now, we've just had CWD hits, so every deer we kill at my camp, it's tested. We donate the jawbones just for health reasoning, the herds, to see if we need to put something more out, like try to get more minerals in the deer, so that salt blocks and stuff like that, or get more grasses. So for deer, it's like a vetch grass, yams, radishes. That's something they enjoy. So that's just a little bit about deer. And why is the American? Oh yes. And based on the American Wildlife Conservation, what is that full name? Wildlife Conservation Model, it shows because of what hunters are doing as a group, the North America continent has the most diverse wildlife group out of everywhere in the world. And what is the American Wildlife Conservation Model, you might ask? In the United States and Canada, which they count North America, the model operates on 7 independent principles. Wildlife resources are conserved and held in trust for all citizens, so that's just, yeah. Commerce in dead wildlife is eliminated. Wildlife is allocated according to democratic rule of law. Wildlife may only be killed for a legitimate, non-frivolous purpose. So, what that means why it must be killed by that is, like, I must shoot it because I want to eat it. So that's what I do with everything. Everything I shoot, I eat. Every person has equal opportunity under law to participate in hunting and fishing. So anyone can hunt and fish unless you break game and fish laws. Then there will be consequences for that. And scientific management and the proper means for wildlife conservation. So scientific management is like when I said, what we'll do is when we shoot one, you take the jawbone off, bottom jawbone, and we send it to scientists, and they tell us and help us with the scientific management of the herd. So if they need more of something, less of something, if they need more trees or more bedding areas, so that'd be like tall grasses, a lot of brush type trees for bedding. That's what we do. And also, how do game and fish commissions help regulate all this? Because they have wildlife biologists. They go in and tell what areas and what counties need more taken out and what not. Basically, what they do that by is they look at the numbers killed. So where I hunt, we're down in Dallas County. So it's southern Arkansas. There's a lot more deer in southern Arkansas than up here, which I think around the state now everywhere is about the same tags. It's about 6, 2 buck, 4 doe, or you can just use a buck tag on a doe. They don't really care about buck tags, but you cannot use a doe tag on a buck, if that makes sense. So you can use a buck on a doe, but not a doe on a buck. But anyway, all those are legal, and bucks have to have either 2-inch main beams, and there has to be 3 points. So a 2-inch main beam is going to be like right above their head. I should have got the visual for that instead of my pig cup, but it'll be okay. It's just the ones coming off the bed, they have to be 2 inches for it to be legal. Or they have to have under a 2-inch button, which is like a horn you can't see coming out the top of their head. It's when they're real young. If you accidentally shoot a thinking it's a doe, that's what happens. There's muzzle-loading bow and rifle season. Those are just different seasons they do, I guess, for fun. I probably should have looked into that, but there's a method to the madness on that. And also, this isn't conservation, but let's just be honest, hunting's a great way to spend with your family. Some of my favorite memories with my dad and brother are through hunting. My friends, we all duck hunt, which isn't deer hunting, but great memories, great time. I highly suggest it. And this is why hunting is crucial to conservation and a great way to bond. Hunting helps conservation when the wildlife does not step in to do its place. So that's bears, coyotes, all that, not stepping in to kill a deer. That's where we come in. And that is also why those things are important. That's what I think. And then also I have my little fancy mug right here. I got when I was in like 6th grade. That's the visual aid. That's a pig I shot. Very nice. But yeah, that is my speech.